We just kept running. My daughters and I have been on the run for what seems like a lifetime. In reality, it's only been a few weeks. Every day presents a new danger. Every corner, a new scare. Every person we've come across has tried every terrible thing you can think of. I've had to do awful, terrible things for us to make it this far. At first, we made it to the dams in town that had been closed for decades. Luckily, we were the only ones that had the idea for a few days. It allowed us to set up a safe camp where we could see anything coming towards us down the tunnel of the dam. After the first few days, some kids showed up trying to find a place to fish. Shortly after they'd passed by our shelter, their bodies floated downstream towards us. Trying to make my daughters look away from their bodies, I saw they had their bags still attached to them with their supplies and visible cans of food. I tried grabbing a stick to pull them closer to me to grab the bags, but the stick fell into the water. I noticed the stick had began to dissolve quickly. I touched my shoe to the water and it began to smolder and smell like burning plastic. Just as I was becoming aware of the water quickly becoming some type of acid, things took a turn for the worse. We could hear people coming down the tunnel towards us. We didn't have time to do anything but run, and the only direction we could run toward was towards the acidic water. As the yells and noises got louder and closer to us, I told the girls they'd be hopping on the bodies as I held them up across the water. I knew this was going to kill me, but they had to be saved, and this was our only option. We were too weak to fight and had nothing to barter with. As soon as I picked up the bodies from the water, half had become skeletal, and a few minutes they lay in the water. The girls put their knees on what was left of the remains, and I dragged them into the water. By the time I was waist deep, I could feel myself already slipping away. As we grew closer to the other side, I heard the steps and screams right behind us, shouting that I was melting. The last things I remember seeing before I gave into the pain was my one daughter fall off the body directly into the water, and my other daughter, who had made it across to the other side, jump in to try and help us both.